everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Due to the graphic and disturbing nature of the crimes discussed, listener discretion is advised. Retrostatic Radio presents Killing 15 Minutes.
Hello and welcome to Killing 15 Minutes, where you get your true crime fix in 15 minutes or less, or your podcast is free. I'm your writer, Sam Rossi, and shortly I'll be handing over a rough draft of a script to my brother, AJ, who hasn't read it, who's most likely has no idea what we're talking about. This should be fun. Good luck, bro.
Thank you, Sam. And thank you to Riverside, because my sister's about 2 hours away, and we're doing this through Riverside. Don't blame them for any of our audio qualities. That's just us. Today, we'll be talking about Christa Gale Pike, who was born March 10th, 1976, in Beckley, West Virginia. Her parents' volatile relationship, married 2 years, divorced a year, and then remarried for another 2 years. Hey, is that actually an option?
No, well, technically, yeah, it's an option. I just don't see how it's a viable option in no-fault states now.
Oh, right, we're in New York, aren't we?
Yeah.
I won't be able to get enough stuff in a year for another divorce. Never mind. Pike's parents were neglectful. Her paternal grandma would frequently help care for her. When her grandma died in 1988, 12-year-old Pike attempted suicide for the first time. Pike's teen years were unstable and caused her to be known as a pathological liar. Though bright, her school life was just as unstable as her home life. In the 10th grade, she was sent to juvie for a year. She became interested in Job Corps, a government program for vocational training and career skills for low-income youth. Hey, is Job Corps still a thing?
Yeah, I was looking at it for you back a decade and a half ago.
Yes. During my couch surfing days. Nice. The fall of 1994 saw Pike attending now-closed Job Corps Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. She began dating Daryl Ship. That's a real name? Daryl?
I wrote what I read.
A man a year her junior. Together, they explored the occult and devil-worshipping. Fun fact, I've been binge-watching Esoterica. I think I told y'all about this. Y'all being you, sister, not y'all being the people listening right now. This part might be cut. Well, I learned about Jesus Christ being a donkey-headed god, so was Yahweh, because that was how Romans were like, ha 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 ha. But Channel Esoterica is phenomenal. So is Let's Talk Religion and Religion for Breakfast.
Okay.
Anyway, Pike became jealous of 19-year-old Colleen Slemmer, a Job Corps classmate. Pike believed Slemmer was trying to steal her boyfriend. Pike planned to lure Slemmer to an isolated, abandoned steam plant near the University of Tennessee campus with friend Shadola Peterson, 18 years old. Shadola or Shadala?
Shadola, I think.
I think it's Shadola. It rolls off the tongue better for me anyways. On January 12th, 1995, the four teens, Pike, Ship, Peterson, and Slemmer, signed out at the dorms. Slemmer was told they wanted a peace offering of smoking weed in the woods. Once reaching the agreed-upon location, Pike and Ship attacked Slemmer with Peterson acting as a lookout. During the court testimony states that Slemmer was beaten, slashed, and taunted before cutting a pentagram into her chest. The final attack was a chunk of asphalt smashed into her skull. Pike would keep a piece of the skull. See, that's the weird part about all this.
Yeah.
Within 36 hours, the three were arrested. With the logbook showing the four signing out together and only 3 returning, detectives found the piece of the skull in Pike's jacket pocket. Pike confessed not long after her arrest, stating they were trying to scare her and then it getting out of control. Pike's trial ended on March 22, 1996. After a few hours of deliberation, she was found guilty of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. On March 30th, 1996, Pike sentenced to death by Old Sparky and 25 years for the conspiracy charge. So is it she serves 25 years and then gets Old Sparkied? Is that... I've seen those sort of things before where it's like, here you've got 3 consecutive life sentences, or you're being placed on death row. But here's also, 10 years for punching a cop in addition to those. You know what I mean?
Depending, I believe they go with the severity of the first crime first. So
And
she
then
was sentenced to death.
Okay, no, I just wanted, I've always wondered, do they go with the severe crime first? Hey, you're going to serve your life sentence. When you're done with your life sentence, then you get to tack on for 5 years for tax evasion or whatever.
Basically.
Okay. I didn't know if it was, well, we got you on the books for, life and 25 years. So, do we count the 25 years, or is it a concurrent sentence? Like, while you're waiting to be fried in Old Sparky, that actually accumulates to the 25 years, too.
I don't know.
Fair enough. Ship, however, received a life sentence with the possibility of parole, plus 25 years for conspiracy as well. Peterson turned informant and pled guilty to accessory after the fact, receiving probation. Pike was indecisive about her appeals. In June 2002, against her lawyer's advice, Pike asked for an execution date. Judge Mary Beth Lebowitz granted the request, and the date was set for August 19th, 2002. Pike changed her mind and put in a motion to stop the execution. This was denied until August 2nd, 2002, when a 3-judge panel ruled that appeals can proceed and no execution. Oh, she's a lot longer than I realized. Sam, she was arrested on the first page. Why is there like 3 more pages?
Just read.
By December 2008, all state appeals were exhausted. That would be 12 years, ! If you're looking at Sam's brackets. In May 2014, lawyers started federal appeals. October 1st, 2018, a 3-judge panel unanimously upheld the lower court rulings of denying a retrial or getting communication?
Communication.
Or commuting the sentence.
That's it.
Pike tried to kill fellow inmate Patricia Jones with a shoestring on August 24, 2001. She was tried for the attempted murder on August 12, 2004, and she was convicted for it. Can you be convicted while you're already a convict?
Yeah.
Right, because convicted means that she was found guilty of not fair. Breakout plans were also revealed in March 2012. The plan involved corrections officer Justin Heflin and a New Jersey man, Donald Coate, had become a pen pal with Pike in 2011, though unknown how it began. By July of 2011, he was making the 1,700-mile trip from Flemington, New Jersey to Nashville, Tennessee, once or twice a month to visit Pike. At some point, Coate told Pike of the escape plan and enlisted the help of Heflin, who would get cash and gifts in return. Coate was arrested, charged with bribery and conspiracy to commit escape. Is that actually what it's called? Conspiracy to commit escape?
Yes.
Okay. Heflin was arrested, charged with bribery, official misconduct, and conspiracy to commit escape. Pike, however, was not charged. Was it because he had the plan, and she was just kind of, because...
It was because he had the plan and she really had nothing to do with it?
Like, closest she would have been would be, like, accessory to it, I guess. And given
I guess,
what
yeah.
he has on the record, it's like, I could easily see why a judge would just be like, she's got enough on her plate right now, you know what I mean? May 31st, 2012, Coat was sentenced to 7 years. Heflin served as an informant and received no jail time but did lose his job. I hate that. Because, see, I get why they're like, oh, he's going to be, he's turning informant, but corrections officer, and maybe it's just from our personal experience, correction officers, as well as cops and firemen in general, get way too lax legally. Especially when it comes to, like, this guy's job was to not do what he did, essentially. And he's taking he was charged with bribery and everything like that. So he should have been, he should have had a year in jail. Yes, I know that means that he probably would have been stabbed because corrections officers do poor in jail.
This is true.
But there's where we get into then don't break the fucking law, moron. Or be super corrupt so when you're in there, no one wants to stab you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's its own conversation, isn't it?
That is his own can of worms.
On August 27th, 2020, Tennessee Attorney General Herbert Slattery's office requested an execution date. Due to COVID-19 and other factors, Pike's lawyers were granted extensions to continue to argue not to execute. Is this the first person we've covered that COVID was a positive for?
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, everyone else, anytime we've had to bring up COVID, and then they died from COVID complications, or they died of X, but they also had COVID, sort of thing.
They died in prison during the age of COVID.
Yeah. Pike had exhausted all appeals until November 2022. The state Supreme Court found the state's law for juveniles automatically sentenced to life without parole was unconstitutional. Pike's legal team filed a motion using the ruling to throw out the conviction. Oh, Jesus, really? In October 2023, Knox County Criminal Court Judge Scott Green denied the request. Judge Green said that the Booker case, the ruling, was about juveniles and not adult offenders. Pike was legally an adult. Right, because this happened in college, right? And she was over the age of 18.
Yeah.
As of March 10th, 2024, no execution date has been set. Pike would be the first woman executed in Tennessee in 200 years. Christa Gale Pike is the youngest woman sentenced to death in the U.S. since the death penalty was reinstated. She was 20 at the time of her sentencing. She was 20, actually, at the time of her sentencing.
Which means she was 19 when she killed her.
Yeah, actually, I kind of like how nice it was that this kind of wrapped up. Like, I've actually heard about this case before, or something very similar. So it was really nice to see that she was arrested in the first page, Sam. But a lot of neatness did happen after that fact, which I think is really nice. To hear, not nice to hear.
I understand what you're saying.
But I really have nothing else to add. I mean, I brought up the parts that I wanted to talk about as they happened.
Yes.
Anything you'd like to add?
No, nothing pops up about her again.
Okie dokie. So take care.
I'm Sam Rossi.
And I'm AJ Carey from across the way.
Later, y'all.
Killing 15 Minutes is hosted by Arthur Carey, with scripts written and researched by Sam Rossi. If you like this episode or want to stay updated on this series, consider following Killing 15 Minutes on Patreon or Retrostatic Radio on all major social media platforms. Good night and God bless.
You're watching Retrostatic Radio.
Wheel of Random is turn, turn, turn. Tell us the 15 minutes we shall learn.
I'm Sam Rossi, writer and co-host of Randomly 15 Minutes, where the wheel of randomness gives me the topic and I write about it.
I'm Megan Klodnicki, and I'm the host of Randomly 15 Minutes. I cold read what Sam writes and learn in real time about a random topic.
You can find us on all major podcast platforms and YouTube.
Follow us on Facebook at Randomly 15 Minutes to get more random facts.